guys, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we have an expert here who is a senior financial advisor from Britam.
Sure.
I'm correct, isn't it?
Yeah, you are right.
And the topic of today, we are going to discuss about medical cover for drivers. We have spoken so many times about motor vehicle insurance. Watu wakisikia hiyo gari yako iko na insurance, gari yako iko na insurance, but we never speak about, are people insured? Are people in the car insured? Is the driver insured? And our advisor today atajiintroduce na atuambie why is it very, very important that today we stop talking about the vehicles in the Uber industry and talk about the people behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Able to introduce alafu we go step by step.
All right. So guys, I want to greet you. My name is Elijah Mwai. I'm a financial advisor, and as Joe has put it, we want to deviate a little bit, and we can talk about the person behind the wheel now, or the steering wheel. There's a lot we can talk about when it comes to the drivers themselves.
Yes.
And because they are the most important part or element of the car. Yeah, number one is they are forgotten. Even when we are taking insurance for the motor, the only person who is not covered is the driver.
And let me stop you.
Yes.
Why is it not mandatory for a driver to be insured? Because a vehicle must be insured. That is a law.
Yeah, sure. By law.
A vehicle cannot be on the road alone. It is always, there is always someone driving it.
Absolutely.
Why is it not mandatory for drivers to be insured? Forget about the passengers.
All right.
Because passengers might decide to walk some days.
Yeah.
But for a driver, he must drive. Why is it not mandatory for drivers to be insured?
Yes.
Knowing that they are also exposed to a bigger risk even than the vehicle itself, because them is a single life. A vehicle can undergo retouch, refurb, and it goes back on the road.
Yeah, sure. And most likely, the car are always given a comprehensive cover.
Yes.
So one thing you must understand is insurance for the motor is classified into different categories. And we have the first, what we call the first party cover. We have the second party cover, and we have the third party cover. What possibly you are used to is the third party cover. Yeah, so the first party cover is usually the car. The car, oh, no, not the car, sorry, but the driver is the first party cover. Okay. The second party cover is the car, which is given a comprehensive cover. The third party cover is the PLL, or public legal liability cover, which is given for the passengers or the pedestrian.
Yes.
So when taking an insurance, what majority of insurance agent offers is just the second party cover, that is the car insurance or the motor, the comprehensive, and the third party. But the driver being the first party, he needs to take his own cover called personal accident cover. So that is the difference, or why most of the time we don't talk of the driver. So it is very important for our drivers to understand that it is voluntary to have the first party cover or the personal accident cover.
All right. And when you talk of the driver, we are not referring to taxi drivers only, or people with public service vehicles.
Sure.
It is anybody who has a car.
Anybody who has a car.
Even like my brother who uses it in the village.
Yeah, sure.
For his personal business.
Surprisingly, if something happens when you are driving that car, and assuming we have you, or let me use an example of a driver, his wife and a child. That setup is what we refer to as the first party. So if you happen to get a lift, tuseme umepewa lift, and something happens, the only person who would be paid is the person who have been given a lift.
Oh, okay, because he's the
he's a third party. He cannot sue. So for the wife, for the kid, and you are the first party, and your spouse may not really sue you. Yeah, so you must have a personal accident cover, which is very, very cheap.
Very good.
Yes.
So let us now get into the details.
Yes.
If someone wants to buy a personal accident cover, how much does it cost?
Yeah.
What options are there?
Yeah.
And which is the best company to buy with?
Yeah.
And what does it cover?
So for personal accident cover, number one, it's a basic insurance plan that you take for protection purposes. Number one, in the event of accidental injuries, yeah. So the cover itself does what we call a hospitalization costs, or the insurance foots the expenses of the hospital. That is number one. Number two is in the event of death. So if the driver or our driver gets is unfortunately dies, the insurance company is able to pay the family to replace the income that he used to get. Yeah, so that is number two. So the first benefit you may get out of having a personal accident cover
Yes.
is number one, hospitalization bill. They are able to be they are able to get absorbed by an insurance company. Number two is accidental death. The insurance company may pay you, depending with the limit you have chosen, yeah, from 200,000 to 10 million. That is the second benefit. The third benefit is in the event you become permanently disabled, meaning that whatever you are doing, you can no longer get something for upkeep for your family. So in such an event, insurance company can pay you from 250,000 up to 10 million. But there are other people who chooses to have a bigger cover, more than 10 million, which can go way up to 25 million.
Okay.
So that is that benefit. Number four benefit is this, that every week before the incidents or before the accident, you used to get some money. Yeah. So what the personal accident cover is that it replaces your income every week. So every week you might be getting 5,000 for the next 52 weeks because of having just a simple personal accident cover, which by the way costs from 1,200 per year up to 25,000 for the biggest cover of 10 million. Yeah, yeah. So we have different categories depending with the affordability of our driver. So we have the 250,000 limit, we have 500,000 limit, we have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, up to 10 million. Yeah. So for the best insurance company I know, the insurance companies are all good, but sometimes it's always important to do due diligence and get first experience from people who possibly have used the personal accident cover. So we have different companies which we can advise depending with your need. Yes.
Wow. So which one would you recommend? For example, for taxi people
Yes.
who are always on the road,
Yes.
you know their income is not that big.
Yeah, sure.
These are guys who make on average 50,000 per month.
Yes.
And they make a lot of trips per day, so they can cover around 300 kilometers. So you see the level of exposure for them is quite high,
yeah, sure.
and their income is not that much. So what amount of cover or premium would you recommend for taxi drivers?
For a taxi
because of
driver?
for them it's for small cars.
Yes.
Yeah, small incomers.
So for a taxi driver, what there is the personal accident cover are designed to what do I call it? To assist these low income earners. So their premiums are set in a way you can comfortably foot in a one-off. Yeah. So you can take that one of 1,700, which covers you to a limit of 500,000. If you pay 1,700, in the event of death, we would pay 500,000 to your family. In the event of disability, And we've had so many scenarios when people have had accidents and unfortunately they are permanently disabled. What happens to their family, only God knows. We only visit them for possibly 1 week, 2 weeks, and that's it. So 500,000 for disability, that is permanent disability. Medical cover, we cater for 50,000. Yeah, medical expenses, you having paid just 1,700 shillings. So all those benefits are within that premium of 1,700. Yeah, so it covers hospital bill, income replacement, it does disability cover, death cover, and also some wheelchair or what we call artificial appliances. Yes.
So yeah, to bring this to the end,
Yes.
give us your contacts
Yes.
so that anybody interested in maybe asking more questions about this important topic can reach out to you, because I think it's something that people should have, starting with myself. I will reach out to you immediately after this call to get my personal accident cover.
Thank you, Joe. So my number is 0719 265 155. But if you really want to get more information regarding matters to do with insurance, you can always visit our YouTube channel, that is Kenya Insurance Hub, which gives you a description of all what every insurance company charges. If you go to Britam, if you go to CIC, if you go to Madison, we have highlighted in every what every company charges. Yes.
Thank you very much. And see you in our next episode.
All right.
Aya, sawa. Asante sana.